Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Friday, June the 14th. We have Game 4 of the NBA Finals on Friday night, and sadly, this could be our last NBA game of the season, depending on if the Celtics win this game, because if the Celtics win, it's a 4-0 sweep, and they're going to be champions. Did not expect this series to go this way. Dallas has just not played that well in this series. Boston has definitely outplayed Dallas in like every department. Boston has clearly looked like the better team in this series, and they got a chance to close things out here, on the road in Dallas. We'll see if Dallas can come out and play well at home and potentially get a win here. But if this is our last NBA game of the season, it's been a fun season. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making content for you guys. Hopefully, though, Dallas can win tonight and we can get another game. And I'll obviously have a video for Game 5 if we do have a Game 5. We'll have to see. But for Friday, for Game 4, I got two early player props that I do like for this game, taking a first look at the board on Thursday night. So these are kind of some early plays I like, looking at the board the night before. We're going to talk through these two plays like we always do and share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, guys, as always, if you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, and if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, you can sign up, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. And also, you can check out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. If you guys want to sign up for Sleeper, you can do so, linked down below in the description, or again, just use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper to get your first deposit matched up to $100. And for those of you that don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS pick'em app similar to Prizepicks. They're similar to all the other DFS pick'em apps you see around the industry. You just take over or under, more or less on player projections. You build out your entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper, and you can win up to 100x your money. So if you are one of those people that likes to chase those high payouts, you can do that over on Sleeper. And again, if you don't have an account on Sleeper, when you sign up with promo code NOAH, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. So definitely check out Sleeper if you guys have not yet. But let's go ahead and talk through the props I'm liking for Friday, guys. Hopefully we can get a win tonight. Definitely have not had the greatest finals. It's not been great with props for me. And I also took a sports bet. I took Dallas to win this series. I bet that before the series started, and that's looking completely dead. So I've definitely not made much money at all betting the finals this year. But it is what it is. We've got another game to target, and hopefully we can get a win tonight. So let's talk through the props I'm liking for tonight. First one's going to be a points prop, and then we're going to talk about a rebounds prop that I like for tonight. So the points prop I'm liking is going to be Al Horford, and we're going to take Horford for more than 9 points. Now, Al Horford he did start last game in place of Kristaps Porzingis, who got ruled out, and I think there's a pretty good chance Porzingis doesn't play again today, and he might not even play in this series. I think the only way that they would bring Porzingis back is if Dallas wins the next 2 games or maybe the next 3 games at that point, especially with Boston being up 3-0. There is literally no reason to rush Porzingis back and to potentially him re-injure himself in what could be their last game of the season. So I would be very surprised if Porzingis plays today. And if Porzingis does play, I think he's going to be very limited, and I would expect Horford to start regardless. But last game without Porzingis, we did see Al Horford start, and he played 37 minutes last game, which was really, that was up there in terms of the most minutes he's played this playoffs. He's only had 3 other games this postseason where he's played more than 37 minutes. So he got a bunch of minutes last game. You would expect that to continue here, potentially without Porzingis. Now, Horford did only score 8 points last game. He shot 3 for 6 from the field and 2 for 5 from 3. Horford is not a volume scorer. He's not going to go out there and take 20 shots. Obviously, if he was going to take 20 shots, he would not have a 9 points prop. He's probably only going to shoot the ball 7-8 times, but he's going to be open a lot, especially from behind the arc. The Mavs are going to leave him open from 3. There was multiple wide open 3-point attempts that he had in game 1, and some of them not game 1, but last game, and some of them he just couldn't knock down. But he's going to get plenty of open looks from 3. Dallas will definitely leave him open. And Horford, has historically been a guy that can score 9 points when he's playing 35, 36 minutes. If you look at what he's done this postseason, when he's played at least, so if you look at the games where he's played at least 29 minutes, he's had 11 points, 10 points, 7 points, 23 points, 22 points, 8 points, 2 points, 7, and 15. And like if you look at the games where he went under, so a game against Miami, he had 7 points in 34 minutes. He shot 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. The last game against Dallas, we talked about that, 3 for 6 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. There was a game against Cleveland where he played 39 minutes and only had 2 points, but he shot 1 for 7 from the field and 0 for 6 from 3. And then there was a game against the Pacers. He played 40 minutes, had 7 points, shot 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. But he's going to get up a lot of three-point attempts. That's definitely where he's going to probably do a lot of his scoring. And I was looking at a potential 3 points prop for Horford, but they don't have his lineup at 1.5. The odds on him to make 1.5 threes are juiced toward the over too much to where Prizepicks is not going to offer that. They do have a demon lineup for Horford at 2.5 threes. And honestly, I kind of like this at 2.5. It always depends on what kind of payout you're going to get. Like, you don't really get much of a payout boost if you play Horford, this demon prop in a 2-pick. It only boosts the payout from 3x to 4.5x, which is not like a crazy jump. But I definitely think there's a chance Horford does get like 3 or 4 open looks from 3, and he's just got to make those open threes. So if you want to take that demon line at 2.5, I don't hate that. But I definitely like more than 9 points here for Horford. He's just going to play a lot. I mean, without Porzingis, most likely Horford should play 35, close to 40 minutes here. As a scorer, he's not a great scorer, but he can definitely score 9 points when he's playing that many minutes. And if you look at what he did during the regular season in games without Porzingis, when he played at least 33 minutes during the regular season without Porzingis, he had 24 points, 20 points, 11 points, 16 points, 9 points, and 13 points. So during the regular season, in every game with at least 33 minutes, he scored 9 points. So far in the playoffs, in games without Porzingis, where he's played at least 35 minutes, 23 points, 22 points, 8, 2, 7, and 15. And again, like one of those games, he shot terribly. Another game, came up just short. So I like this over on Horford. It's not going to be a fun one because, there's definitely you're going to watch the game and Horford's probably going to be standing in the corner a lot. He's not really going to demand the ball much, but he's definitely going to get some open looks from 3, and he's going to be on the floor a ton, and we just got to hope he can knock down those open threes, and, that's what we're going to bet on here. So I do like this is our first prop for tonight. It's Al Horford, more than 9 points. And then the other prop that I like, rebounds prop, we're going to talk about Daniel Gafford, and I like him for more than 4.5 rebounds. Now, looking at Gafford last game, he only had 3 rebounds. He had 9 rebounds in Game 2 of this series, and then in Game 1, he only had 3 rebounds. What it really comes down to for Daniel Gafford is how many minutes is he going to play? We don't really know. It's definitely a guessing game. Last game, it was Derek Lively who got almost most of the center minutes. If you look at last game, Lively played like 30-something minutes. Gafford only got 16 minutes. That was kind of the case in Game 1. They actually didn't really play Lively or Gafford a bunch in Game 1. They went with kind of like a small ball lineup. And then in Game 2, it was Gafford who got the lead center minutes. Gafford wound up playing 23 minutes in Game 2 of this series. The minutes are going to be volatile for these Dallas bigs. No one would be surprised if Gafford played 25 minutes today and Lively only played like 15, 20 or something. Lively played really well last game, was getting a lot of rebounds. He was just playing. He definitely played better than Gafford overall. But that's that doesn't mean that's going to happen again. And Gafford, even if we project him for only like 18 to 20 minutes, if you look at what he's done this postseason when he's played at least 19 minutes, he's been able to grab 5 rebounds in 14 out of 16 games this postseason with at least 19 minutes. Now, last game, again, he only got 16 minutes, but that definitely feels like the floor for Daniel Gafford. I think worst case scenario, he plays 15, 16 minutes, and there's definitely a possibility if things are going really well for Gafford, he could play like mid-20s minutes. But even if we project him for like high teens, low 20s, somewhere between like 18 to 22 minutes, I think this 4.5 rebounds line is a little bit low on Gafford. I mean, Gafford has historically been a good rebounder. He has been someone that, when he gets about 20 minutes, can grab 5 rebounds. Now, last game, he did only have 5 rebound chances, which is a little concerning. Most of that's because he just wasn't on the floor a ton, only played 16 minutes. But so far in the playoffs, he has rebounded really well. He's averaging over 6 rebounds per game in the playoffs, and he's averaging 13 rebound chances per game. And the rebound opportunities should be easier for Gafford, especially if Kristaps Porzingis is out again, which I'm assuming will be the case. Without Porzingis, Gafford doesn't really have to guard a big who can stretch the floor, who can shoot threes, who can pull him away from the basket. And that was one of the reasons that we saw Derek Lively grab so many rebounds last game, was because there was no Porzingis. Lively didn't have to go out behind to the 3-point line and guard Porzingis. He was able to just kind of camp under the basket and grab rebounds. Well, that should be the case here for Gafford as well. Now, how many minutes is Gafford going to play, with like the second unit on the floor? Like, how many minutes is Gafford going to play with Horford at center versus with like Xavier Tillman? Because I definitely think with Xavier Tillman at center, that's going to be, those minutes will be even better for Gafford from a rebounding perspective, because Tillman, he can't really stretch the floor at all. I mean, he did shoot a 3 last game and he actually made it, but Tillman is not someone you worry about making threes, whereas like Al Horford can shoot threes, but he's definitely not as good of a 3-point shooter as like Porzingis is, and he's definitely not as efficient as Porzingis is. So I think Dallas, like I said earlier, we talked about it, I think Dallas is going to leave Al Horford open from 3, just because, he's not the most efficient 3-point shooter, but Horford, we talked about, can make threes. I mean, he's a capable shooter. But Gafford should definitely be able to live under the basket a lot more, especially if there is no Porzingis. And, again, he's been a good rebounder this postseason, averaging over 6 rebounds per game. This definitely feels like a good buy low opportunity on Daniel Gafford. I would expect him to play more than 16 minutes. I think most likely he plays like 20 minutes, and if he gets 20 minutes, should have a pretty good chance at 5 rebounds. Been able to get 5 rebounds in most of the games this postseason where he's played, 20 minutes or more, or 19 minutes or more. So I do like that as our second prop for tonight, guys, is Daniel Gafford more than 4.5 rebounds. So this is what we're going to be rolling with for Game 4 of the finals on Friday night. We're going to take Al Horford for more than 9 points and Daniel Gafford for more than 4.5 rebounds. Again, guys, this could potentially be our last NBA slate of the season. It could be our last game of the season. Hopefully it's not. I want to see Dallas get a win tonight, so we'll have another game. Game 5, I think, would be on Monday. If we do get a Game 5, we'll have, I honestly can't remember, but if we do have a Game 5, I'll be back for Game 5 to break down some props I like for that game. If this is our last game of the season, well, it's been a fun season. I've enjoyed it. The content's not going to stop. Obviously, we're still going to be pumping out content. We're going to be doing MLB content all summer, and leading up to NFL, which obviously starts around like September. I'll be making NFL content all season, and I've even thought about potentially diving into college football when that comes around. I'm someone I've been a big fan of college football my entire life. Haven't really done a bunch of player prop betting on college football, but I've been getting more into it. I was kind of dabbled into it last season. Didn't do any content for college football last season, but it's something that I'm definitely going to potentially look into, coming up maybe this season or potentially next season. So there's going to be plenty of content on the channel, even though this could be our last NBA game of the season. Don't worry, we're still going to be posting videos for MLB, NFL when it comes around. Maybe, like I said, maybe college football as well. We'll see. But appreciate you guys supporting the content as always. Make sure, again, if you enjoyed, you just hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel, if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, be sure to use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up to get your first deposit matched up to $100. But that's all I got for tonight, guys. Good luck on this slate. Let's make some money tonight. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.